welcome to the third and final review of the week. The game is Renzo Racer. Okay,
Adam,
so
how did you get me?
um, kart racing hell. So I'm not gonna lie, this is the reason why I accepted the code here is because this is a kart racing game on the PC. That is a thing that you don't hear about too often. It's like last week's Newt One. If anything else, it's an uncommon game on a platform. Um, but yeah, Renzo Racer is a cartoony animal mascot driven kart racer. A Mario Kart.
Mascots that aren't actually from anything. These are like original characters.
Yeah, that is the weird thing. Like usually, a kart racer is attached to a popular license. It being a television show or a franchise mascot. It's like getting a whole cloth original racing game, kart racing game that isn't like an actual kart racing. Like kart racing as it is in real life is pretty rare. And mind you, the kart racing thing, that's usually like a sub mode in bigger realistic racers. So yeah, on that route, full kudos for coming up with a ostensibly original concept in terms of characters. I'm not going to lie and say that these characters are amazing or anything. They're very much dime store Mickey Mouse creations, but I guess you work within your budget. It's like they're all original characters, but them being original characters is kind of a hard selling point because characters are a big part of why kart racers are so popular. And I don't know if the rights holders have bigger plans with Renzo and crew here, but I hope they don't get their hopes up. Yeah, it's like, been kind of dancing around the subject, but yeah, Renzo Racer is not a good kart racing game. In fact, it's kind of awful.
I feel like I'm driving on ice.
Yeah. It's kind of awful, but you know what? There were moments where the game kind of clicked, and I was having a modicum of fun. That's at its best moments. At best, I could say this is serviceable. And that's at best, because most of the other time you're fighting against the controls because the people who made this game said to themselves, you know what a kart racing doesn't need in this day and age? Power sliding. And if you don't know what power sliding is, well, go play a Mario Kart game. It's like, just go play a Mario Kart game on a lot of levels here. But power sliding is that thing you do to help you ease into curves and make them, and you can take them better. And yeah, you don't get that in Renzo Racer. And it's not just a matter of not being able to pull it off, because I never saw the CPU pulling off a power slide either. So that just told me that this wasn't in the game. And yeah, it's not realistic, but that seems to have been the problem here. This game is working off of not necessarily realistic physics, but more realistic than you would expect from a cartoony kart racer. And that has problems, not just, because of the life of the power slide. You want the power slide because the handling in this game is shit.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, that is something that is an appreciable difference between characters. The problem is it's, the options are shitty and slightly less shitty. I'm like, I didn't encounter a character that actually made it good, which is a heap of difference. Let's see. The braking was pretty shit because instead of a gradual brake, it's more of a sudden stop, even if you tap the brake. I think the problem here is the braking needed to be mapped to triggers instead of the bumper. What which is where the accelerator was mapped to. Like they got the accelerator on an analog trigger, but they didn't have that for the braking, which is madness. Like, okay, maybe it's not in every control scheme, but Xbox One controllers are prevalent. PlayStation 4 controllers are prevalent. You can have your analog controls in your racing game. Like, let me see. Course design, pretty standard stuff. Granted, I didn't really get past like the first cup because this game is also difficult because of all the control problems. Like, I was struggling to complete races in the first race. And that's another problem with this game. It doesn't have your traditional difficulty modes. It just has a vague, easy, and normal function. I didn't really see a difference there, but there's a reason why the kart racing games, do it after Mario Kart. 50 cc's, 100 cc's, 150. Maybe they don't quite call it that, but that's that's been seen as a pretty universal way of getting difficulty down in your kart racer, and this game doesn't really do it either. Like, okay. Another problem with the physics is because it's so wonky, it's really easy to tip your car over, and not just your car, but the cars of the CPU will do the same thing. So it's another problem with the physics model.
Mm-hmm.
And the developers knew this was a problem, but it was something that either was so endemic to the physics model or they didn't have time. Whatever the reason, their solution was to literally give you a reset button. It's like they have a reset.
Like reset as in stand you up, or reset as in reset the race.
Reset as in stand you up. That's why it's there. There's no other reason to have that there on a button.
Yeah, you do that the start menu thing.
Mm-hmm. Or the game. That's kind of a penalty of the game. You go down a crevasse or something, and then you get rescued. In certain Mario Kart games, for example, that'll cost you coins, and others that'll just cost you time. Point of order is, that's part of the design usually. Here it feels more an accidental quirk of the physics. And it's fucking awful. Let me think. Power-ups. Power-ups are as standard as they get, for the most part. I think
you got your makes you go faster, you got your gets invisible, you got your shoots at the person in front, you got your shoots at the person in front of you, you got your shoots at whatever you aim it at, you got your banana.
Not quite that diverse.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, they do have, make no mistake, they do have the missile, they do have the let's say dash function. The thing that makes you go faster. They have the bombs, which is the banana, or more like the false item block or something like that. Their most unique power up is the Lucky Clover, which will automatically slot you up or down based on the luck of the draw.
What do you mean slot you up or down?
It'll change your position.
That sounds difficult to program. I assume they did it the laziest way possible.
It's possible. It worked. It worked in the sense that it worked. I'm like, but it'll like literally reset everything to put you in the new position. It's not a smooth transition, basically. But it wasn't the most awful thing ever, surprisingly. But yeah, like I said, that was like the one twist that this game gave to its otherwise bog standard power. And it's also they give you multiples of like 3 for the powers. It's no singular or what. That was just a bit strange, so there's no stacking going on either. Also worth noting, the power-ups do change if you hit the item blocks. So if you still have like a bomb and you get hit another item dealy, you will get the new power, whatever it may be. Let's see. In terms of content, once again, this game isn't breaking any molds here, and it's on a bit on the light side. It's like you got your standard Grand Prix mode, and to pepper that, they have, you only have about 3 tracks and 3 characters unlocked at the start, and you unlock those as you progress in the Grand Prix. There are 5 of them. Not sure if there's any more after that, because, like I said, this game couldn't hold my attention for 1 cup, let alone 5. And let's see, there's also a 2-player mode. It's local only, and right now this game is only a PC racing game, so good luck finding a friend that you hate that much.
I'm pretty sure if they put this on Switch, they might get crucified.
I mean, even on PC, this is a laughing stock, because kart racing games on PC are rare, but they're not unheard of. Like, Sonic and Racing All-Stars. The Sonic racing games are on PC, for example. And, those are some of the finest kart racers ever crafted. And Team Sonic Racing.
Oh, that came to PC too?
I think that actually is on PC. It's Crash Team Racing that hasn't hit the PC yet.
Ah.
Yeah. And there's some others. There's like F1 Racing Stars, and there was another indie kart racing game that released last year that it was like All-Star Fruit Racing, and there's like an indie kart racing game. There's a couple of more of these, but pickings are slim, but not that slim where this game looks fucking viable even on the PC. Like, and I think the price reflects this. The game clocks in at $5. I know it definitely has more production values than your typical $5 game, but it has the physics model and the off-brand characters of a $5 kart racing game. Sometimes you do get what you pay for. I'm like, so in this case, this is clocking in at a 3 out of 10. Like, absolutely avoid. It's like, go buy a fucking value menu. You'll get more satisfaction out of it than fucking Renzo Racer here.
Hell, for $5 more, you could probably get one of the Sonic racing games.
Probably. Like, so, not a good week for our review sessions, in just pure, these were good games or not. But, that's kind of how the review game works. Not every game is going to be a 10 out of 10 or, even a 6 out of 10. So, hopefully better luck next week. And speaking of next week, coming up on the week ahead, no Friday show this week, so y'all can sleep in that day.
Oh boy.
Well, the thing is, on Wednesday, September 25th, we're supposed to have Blowfish Studios on the program again. I think we had them on like years and years ago. With that, like, remember that Minecraft FPS thing we reviewed?
Vaguely.
That was them. Like, I based on my recent communications, I don't think I'm not sure they remember us, but that's immaterial. Like, they've agreed to be on the show. Right now, they're trying to figure out who they're going to send. It's like That hasn't been sussed out yet. Hopefully, I'll hear from them tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll be sending them a letter in the morning. Because it's been about not quite a week, but it's been about enough time where I'm hoping they have someone nailed down. But this could also go the other way, and we could not have a guest this week because they couldn't nail someone down to do it. This has happened before, so just putting that warning here now, so in case we have to do a long topic or a double topic. And the game was Gunscape. That's what we reviewed back in the day. They've produced a lot of games since then. So we'll have a lot to talk about if we indeed talk to them. Anyway, point of order is this is what our plans are going to be for Wednesday. So we'll probably issue an update on social media, so be sure to keep an eye there. If we it's like if you don't hear anything, that means we're either still waiting or we'll let the latest this will go is by the Wednesday update, when I update the Twitch page, because our website hasn't worked in 10 months because it got old and creaky. I don't know, there's a lot of back end stuff that's going on there that only Mac can fix, and he's still MIA. Anyway, so until Wednesday, I shall wish you good gaming.